Greetings and bienvenue, Midnight Crew. Thank you for returning to this broadcast. And welcome to new viewers joining us for the first time. If you like a video, then feel free to subscribe.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Abduction attempt thread. While this isn't necessarily paranormal, I've found the recounts that were posted in the last one were far creepier than any of the paranormal-themed threads here at the moment.
I have 3 stories. First one. Be in middle school, 7th or 8th grade. Riding my bike home, alone. Cross the street into a neighborhood a few blocks from mine. Guy in a cool-looking car opens his door and gets out. Latino, sort of casual, professional-looking, does not look like a gangbanger wannabe. Has a large yellow envelope in hand. Asks me if I want a job. Too spoopy for me. No thanks. Head home. That is the last I ever see of him. It's been 5 or 6 years. Sometimes I wonder what the job was. Second story. Late sophomore year or early junior year. Riding my bike home from my friend's house at night, sticking to the main road. There is a quicker back road, but it is pitch black, and I did not want a chance running into a hobo or skinwalker. Halfway home, a weird white van comes into view. Has markings of some company, maybe a television one, I do not know. Listening to music, watching the sidewalk, ignoring dude. I'm on the same side of the street as him. He has been sitting there longer than necessary because there were no cars around. He could have gone. As I pass, I look at him. He makes that gesture where you put your 2 fingers to your mouth and make a V. Thrashes tongue violently. What the fuck? I am a dude, why are you making that gesture? Speed past this old turd. Switch onto the other side of the road. Guy passes me. Makes a U-turn. I turn into my neighborhood. I do not think he saw me do that, but it is a ways off to my house, so to play it safe, I hid in a ditch for 5 minutes. Adrenaline pumping, ears thumping due to hard heartbeats, shaking a wee bit. 5 minutes pass. Guy does not show. I ride home at 600 miles per hour. Looking back, it's not all that scary, kinda funny even. But in the moment, I was scared shitless. Last story. This one rustled my jimmies hard when it happened. It is almost the end of junior year. Decide to go to the gym at 2 a.m. Take dad's truck. I had recently gotten a manual Jeep. I mention this because if I had been driving that Jeep, I probably would not be here writing this, making my way to the gym. 3 or 4 other cars near me. See a weird guy in 90s clothing, pale blue pants and a flashy neon jacket. What year is it? .jpg. He walks in front of the lead vehicle. The vehicle switches lanes and drives on. The vehicle directly behind me does the same. Now I am trapped. I have to stop because the guy is in front of me. Once I am at a full stop, the guy approaches my passenger door. The last car finally passes me. The guy tries to open my door. Praise the gods it is locked. I speed away praying I ran over that fucker's foot. I look in the rear view mirror. The guy is looking at my vehicle like I was someone he knew who was supposed to pick him up. Soon after I am in the clear, I call the cops. Proceed to the gym to lift weights and feels. Try to make sense of what happened. To this day, I don't know if the cops got him or if he managed to get into someone's car or whatever.
I have a pretty creepy story that's only vaguely remembered. Be me. Be about 5 or 6. Have a little girl neighbor friend that I play with in the backyard. The backyard is adjacent to some dense woods. One day, a really deep voice calls out to us from the woods. Hey, you kids want a hot dog? I am cooking hot dogs back here. Look, but cannot see anyone in the forest. Call out, "No thanks." The voice begins whistling. Says he has toys we could play with. Really, freakishly deep voice. We say no, we are not supposed to talk to strangers. Asks us to meet him by the swing set that night. We go inside, but because we are barely more than toddlers, we do not tell anyone. A week later, the little girl I was friends with went missing. Cops called. I told them about the voice in the backyard when they came to talk to us. I get a lot of shit. Parents scold me a lot. Have lots of long talks with me about what I should have done. Little girlfriend is never found. I still feel guilty about it to this day. It fucked me up a lot. I know we were just kids, but I really feel like I've missed her presence throughout my whole life. All I ever wanted was a good friend who grew up with me. But because my friend was taken away, and because I had a lot of trouble making friends after that, I never had one. I don't know. I'm really sorry, wherever you are.
Some Minecraft YouTuber tried kidnapping me when I was about 7 years old. I am with friends by the river. No grown-ups to check on us. There are other people too. That Minecraft YouTuber must have watched us closely, confirmed that we are alone, and acted. He just came and took me like I was his own. Oh shit, panic.jpg. I start crying. Other people find it hilarious thinking I am his son. I tell loudly, he is not my father. People notice. Minecraft YouTuber gets scared. Some guy comes to rescue. Minecraft YouTuber lets go of me. I ran away. Continue swimming with friends like nothing happened. There was another time too when I was leaving for home back from school. 4th grade. Heading home. A car stops. A man in the back seat rolls down the window. Hey kid, wanna ride home? I get scared. Minecraft YouTuber notices. The window goes up. Car drives away. There were no people around, so they prepared well. They knew when kids left school and all that shit.
Be me at 10 years old. First time walking to school, not bad, because it is not too long of a walk, but for kid legs it takes a bit longer. La la la, looking around and enjoying the independence and instant cool feeling that comes with finally getting to go by myself. Like all of my other classmates. I am getting closer and closer, and I notice this dude following me out of the corner of my eye. This guy has his face covered with a scarf and is wearing one of those stupid hats that looks like what Goofy wears. Also holding the fakest stop sign that crossing guards use, and is totally lacking the normal reflective vest they would wear. He is keeping in step with me, and I do not like it, so I cross to the other side of the street, and this dickhead follows me. I bolt and start screaming for help, because it is a hugely residential area, and I know someone will hear me. He runs away in the opposite direction of me, because I guess he realized he screwed up, but he should have seen that he did by doing this in a really public area in broad daylight. Get to school, bragging to my classmates about how I saved my ass that day, all by myself, when I should have told an adult so they could call the cops. I hope that guy never tried anything again.
I live in an Eastern European country, and you know how corrupt and inefficient the authorities are here. You can get away with murder if you have the money to bribe the right person. I live in a small town infested with criminals, so I learned to not underestimate any potential danger. All my childhood I have heard stories about organ harvesting rings, kidnapping children to kill them and steal their organs. These organs can be sold on the black market for a fortune. Several cases of children gone missing all over the country, one even in my town. so rumors start spreading about the kidnappers operating from vans disguised as ambulances. One night I was walking home in the evening. I live in a 4-level apartment building. Sorry, I do not know the proper English term for those. We call them simply blocks. I arrive in front of my building when I notice a curious-looking car parked on the street. It was one of those hybrid cars, a cross between a pickup truck and a minivan. It was painted like an ambulance and even had a flasher on top. But what made me think it was not a real ambulance was the fact that 1, this type of car is never used in my country as an ambulance. 2, in the back there was no medical equipment, only 2 benches covered with rugs. 3, ambulances in my country have special license plates that contain the combination AMB. This one had ordinary license plates. Needless to say, I nope inside, run 3 sets of stairs, do not have an elevator, and storm into the house, slamming the door. The police never confirmed the rumors, but I do not know if they are trustworthy given the fact that they make good money out of bribes. I do not know for sure if I was going to get abducted and butchered that night, but this is the closest thing that ever happened to me.
Be 6 years old, walking home from the bus stop. Have to walk close to a mile because bus refuses to come into our neighborhood. All the other kids who live like 2 houses away have their parents pick them up because it is a higher class neighborhood, not mansions or anything but Lexus cars and unemployed mothers on antidepressants. You get the image. Not me though. Live the furthest, still have to walk alone. Single parent at work, only child. Several windy stretches of road are barren with no houses, just overgrown trees. Walking as fast as my little legs will carry me. See a brown station wagon going like 5 miles per hour a distance behind me. He does the creeper crawl slowly passing me, pulls about 45 to 50 feet ahead of me, and stops in the middle of the street and gets out of his car. Stop but stare at him for a moment, thinking it was a relative or family friend trying to process who it could be. He starts speed walking towards me, and I get nervous and start to walk through the woods so I can get to houses as quickly as possible. Trying to hurry, but my giant plastic backpack keeps snagging sticker bushes and briars. Hear rustling but cannot see anyone. Feel it get stuck completely and jerk, but unable to free it. Drop it and run as fast as possible, unable to look back to see if he grabbed me or if it was stuck on some plants. See a person's house several up from mine who had their slider door open on their back deck. Hop their fence runs in without knocking or saying anything. Family in living room stands up to what the fuck at me when they see an out-of-breath, middle-aged man come sprinting onto their porch. The man makes eye contact with the guy's house he ran up to. The homeowner yells and the creeper took off, leaving his crappy station wagon behind. I collapsed crying for a while they called my parents and the police. The car did not have any tags, matched no missing vehicle reports, and they never found anyone matching the people whose house I ran to's description of the man.
Be 16. Very shy. Be in cafe with friend. Friend forgot something in the car and had to go get it. Sit alone for a while. Decide to start drawing. Suddenly a creepy, smelly fuck appears out of nowhere. Approaches me. Sits down beside me. Panic. People everywhere, but nobody gives a shit. Starts talking to me. Try to be nice because too scared to tell him to fuck off. Asks me creepy shit. Cannot really remember though, just that it weirded me out. I think it was something about my drawing, including him asking if I could draw him. Comes closer and closer, keeps asking me his creepy shit. Tons of people around and still nobody seems to care. Finally, friend arrives. Asks that guy what the hell he is doing and that he should leave. Guy hurries away. feel ashamed for the rest of the day. Also, I am the same age. Wants to meet with other friend at the station. Sees friend standing around with some creepy guy. Stands pretty close and talks to friend who looks very uneasy. Approach them. Weirdo spots me. Asks me if we know each other. Friend says yes and that we have to leave now. Grabs me and we both go to the platform. Ask what happened. Friend tells me this guy appeared out of nowhere and started talking about weird shit. We both try to forget it by telling jokes while we wait for the train. Suddenly we see the man standing not far from us. Seems to watch us but turns around the moment he notices us looking. Keeps glancing at us from time to time. What the fuck? Train arrives. We both hurry in. Guy stays at the platform and stares at the train as it drives away.
My youngest sister was about 2. My dad had bunked off work to help my mum as my little sister was sick, an eye infection, and he had driven them to the doctors. Decided to do some shopping at Tesco, whilst we were still in school for convenience. 5 daughters. He had to call one of his staff to let them know he was delayed, so he went outside the noisy shop for 5 minutes. My mum has my sister sitting in the trolley's child seat whilst putting shit in it, her back turned for maybe 5 minutes. She turns to find a perfectly normal-looking middle-aged woman pulling her out of the seat. My mum freezes, too shocked to do anything but freaking out. The woman has her out of the trolley almost wholly by the time my dad comes back. He grabs her by the back of the neck and tells her to drop the child. She elbows him, but he easily restrains her, a frumpy woman no match for ex-military dad, and takes my sister. My mum collapses on the floor, crying. Staff come running over. People only start paying attention now that they think he has done something wrong. The woman screams something like she was rescuing the child because she was abused. Small bruise on her eye from the infection. She was detained by security until arrested. By this point, she is screaming that they were stealing her child. My dad takes my mum and my sister home to calm down. They did not tell any of us until a couple of years later. This was 11 years ago. Not much, but kind of unnerving.
Get hammered at bars all night. Living in the hood, part of a hood city. 3 a.m. Decide I am going to pick up more liquor. Stick gun in waistband. Walk to a hood 24-hour gas station. Hood people are always hanging out around the place all night. Know a few people from the neighborhood. Start smoking a blunt with a dude. A man and woman pull up in a car, ask if I want to buy drugs. I am massively impaired by chemicals in my system. They tell me to hop in their car. I think this is a good idea at the time. We drive off, and they flip a U-turn. The road we are on separates a shitty part of the city from the shittiest part of the city. I realize that we are heading into Central City. I would literally be the only white guy in Central City in the middle of the night. I notice the man and woman whispering something to each other. I realize that they are conspiring to do something that would negatively impact my well-being. I tell them to pull over and let me out. Nah, brah, we are almost there. I pull out my pistol and point it directly into the back of the driver's seat. Let me out now, or I am emptying my gun into you. The woman turns around and notices I have a gun trained on them. Let him out, Dre, he got a gun. He pulls over, I get out. Almost caught you slipping, kid. Fuck off. You came this close to dying tonight, punk ass. He screeches tires as he peels out.
Be me at 19. Going to college 500 miles from home, but my family is visiting this weekend. Waiting in the parking lot of some restaurant for them. A sketchy-looking guy in late 20s comes up to me and starts up a conversation. I was a bit wary, but it was the middle of the day, and I had a while before my family got there, so I went with it. We ended up walking round some side streets for a bit, his idea, but again, it was the middle of the day, so I did not have any concern. I feel bad for the guy. He talks about how he got into drugs and alcohol and lost all his friends, dropped out of college, etc., all while drinking from a small bottle of vodka. We have been standing in one place for like 5 minutes now. I look around and see it is the run-down, shitty part of town and start to get nervous. He asks me if I will help him move a pool table into his van, and alarm bells start going off in my head. He says it is at the end of a nearby alley. The alley is the sketchiest place I have ever seen. I tell him I cannot, because I need to head back. He starts getting really fucking insistent and pushy about it. When I still say no, he reaches into his pocket and I get ready to run. As if it were out of a movie, my phone rings then. I quickly answered it and left. He followed me from a distance most of the way back.
B16. House is in front of a small park with a lot of forest. Mom thought it was scenic or some shit. My room has a small balcony that I hang out on. Eating lunch one day when I see a girl I kinda know from school named Abby. Abby is a pseudo-rocker type girl that does drugs like they're candy, nothing hardcore, but she was a heavy partier. See her at the front entrance to the park, talking to some older guy and looking really uncomfortable. She is shifting on her feet, and he keeps grabbing her arm every time she tries to back up. Go get my brother's airsoft Beretta and tuck it into my pants and walk over to the park. The guy is gone. She is just standing there until she sees me. "Oh, Anon, what is up? How you doing?" She is high out of her goddamn mind. Ask her who the guy is. She says it is a friend that gets her some weed and shit. Asks if I want to meet him before I can answer. She runs off to find him. God damn it. Jog after her, catch her in the middle of the park near some jungle gym out of sight from my house. He should be here. He said he was getting his stuff and to meet him by the swings. How did you meet him exactly? Friend of a friend. He seems cool. Trying to talk her into coming back with me when the guy comes out of the woods. Has a backpack on. He sees me and looks really pissed. Who the fuck is this guy? I am only getting you stuff, not this tool. He tries to tell me to leave her with him for a few minutes. All the while she really starts to trip balls. Take a step back so I am out of her view, lift my shirt and show him the gun. He is really pissed now, but backs up into the woods calling me a cunt. And the deal is off. She is too stoned to notice. Bring her back to my place and let her finish her trip. Throw up and then eat my Cheez-Its. A month later, some girl was beaten almost to death in the park by the same guy. Still friends with her. She does not party as much, but I do not think she fully understands what almost happened.
B8. Neighbour, also 8, disappears. The neighbourhood reacts quickly. Some teenagers remember seeing her walk off with a man who had moved in recently. Parents find out the man is a registered offender and moved here by police. Teenagers take matters into their own hands, kick in his front door and find the girl locked in a room upstairs. The man was in the bathroom. The girl is safely escorted home and the teenagers stay behind with the man. A few hours later, an ambulance and loads of police arrive. Police are questioning all the parents as to whether they knew what happened to the man. They said they had no idea. Nothing suspicious happened. Turns out the Chav teenagers had broken all 4 limbs, dislocated his jaw, broken most of his ribs, and burnt the word nonce on his forehead. No one ratted them out. The police just sighed and left. One of the only times I've ever been proud of the scum in my area. They may all be on benefits, but at least they know how to punish Minecraft YouTubers.
16-year-old male. Staying at my best friend's house after my parents kicked me out. Walking down the street late at night. My buddy and I saw a for sale sign. He dares me to grab it and hold it up to cars that pass. I take him up on the dare. A bunch of cars pass, no problems. One car circles back around. Obvious older dude. Pulls up to the curb just past us. Motions us over. We take off in the other direction. We are only about 4 blocks away from my friend's house. He busts a U-turn and starts following us. As my friend lives on the main road, we decided to run into the neighborhood to lose this guy. He turns onto the street that we are running down. We run into someone's backyard and hop the fence. Run across the street and hop another fence. 1 more street to go and 1 more fence to jump. As we are about to run across the street, we see his car turn down and we hide. He drives past slowly. When he passed, we ran across the street and jumped the fence into my friend's backyard and run into the house. We made it up into his room and did not turn on the light. We watched out the window as the guy drove past very slowly. Honestly, I don't know why we were so scared. Unless he had a gun, he wouldn't have won that fight. Both of us are big guys who are not afraid to throw down, but there was just something creepy about him. It was a very scary moment.
Beamy, 17 at the time. It is a lovely summer day, so my older sis and I decided to take a walk, just walking along and shooting the breeze. See notorious figure on bike turn onto the street we're walking on. We call him Bike Guy Cat Guy. Infamous for trying to steal small children and riding his bike very slowly past our house to sneak a peek at our cats. Starts riding beside us as we walk. How old are you girls? Do not answer, just keep walking. Are you juniors in high school? Answer no. Are you sophomores? Holy shit, why the hell would he shoot lower instead of higher? Answer no again. Keeps pestering us. So I eventually tell him to fuck off. He goes away. We start walking towards our house. He has the nerve to rejoin us. I keep telling him to fuck off. He eventually does. Wait until he is out of sight before booking it home. During the fall season, around Halloween, he has been known to leave a box of pine cones on his lawn, labelled free pine cones. Before their family moved, he also asked 2 little girls if they'd to see his garage.
I'll go first. 15 years old, skipping school with a friend, told our parents we were going on a field trip and would be back late. Get back from the city early. Not to blow our cover, we decided to kill some time in a park near my house. A brown, old, beat-up car circles the block next to the park a few times. About 5 minutes later, a fat, short, bald man walked from the same direction we saw the car, sits on a bench near us pretending to read the paper. He approaches my friend and I, asks if we are looking for jobs. I say no at the exact same time my friend says, "What kind of job? What a fucking spurg." The guy offers us $20 to play with each other or watch him. I say no thanks. The guy says okay and walks out of the park in the same direction he came from, disappearing into a street. 15 minutes pass. The same guy is walking back into the park with his newspaper. Gets to within 10 meters and I see the tip of a knife blade tucked inside his newspaper. I nope and tell my friend to run. The fat Reddit mod tries to give chase, but cannot keep up with teenage girls. Lose him through a bunch of streets on the opposite side of the park. Relieved. Go home and tell our parents, who ring the police.
Be at outside movie theater on a Saturday. Friend and I playing loud music in his pickup truck, generally being obnoxious. White car pulls up. 2 men get out. Shine flashlights in our eyes. Ask us a bunch of questions about where we have been tonight. Be belligerent, call them names, say stupid shit. They end up forcing us to the ground, handcuffing us and throwing us in the back of their car. Drive us to a dark building, bring us inside, lock us in 2 separate cells. The cells have a toilet and a cot. Ask them what they want with us, no reply. Can't sleep. Next morning they let us go. We match the description of 2 suspected armed robbers. Say we are free, but give us 2 separate fines for loitering and public disturbance. This is an abduction, right?
I hope that you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. If you enjoyed tonight's story, then please subscribe to the channel as more Greentext will appear daily. A new broadcast will appear when the clock strikes midnight Central Time.